to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, when the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red band, the bumpers gave proof through the night that our flag was still there, still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? In the hills of Habersham, silver and blue our colors fly, honored with love and loyalty. Your name will never, never die. Central, oh monument of glory, we love you more and more each day, more each day. Tears will flow when we leave these halls. Central, your name will never die.
Good evening. In remembrance of former Principal Jim Jones, today is Friday, May 23rd, 2014, and today is the Day of the Raider. My name is Wes McGee, and it's my privilege to serve as principal here at Habersham Central High School. And I'd like to welcome all of you officially. I'd also like to introduce some special guests, and I'd like to ask them as I call their name to please stand to be recognized. Superintendent, Mr. Matthew Cooper. Board of Education Chair, Dr. Robert Baird. Vice Chair, Gilbert Berry. Board members Pat Taylor, Rick Williams, Don Corbin. Also, administration for Habersham Central, Dr. Amy Hood, Dr. Octavius Mulligan, Mr. Jonathan Scribbling, Ms. Fran Dundor, and from our NGA, Ms. Connie Franklin, Success Academy, Mr. Doug Westmoreland.
Thomas, and I'm the secretary of the class of 2014. And at this moment, I would like to take a moment of silence to reflect on the classmates that we've lost during our middle and high school years. Now I have the privilege of blessing the ceremony, so out of respect, I ask that you bow your heads. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us here tonight. I thank you for each student that is before me. Lord, we're grateful for the people who are in the stands and the people who are on the field who have brought us to this point. I pray that you touch our paths beyond this night, whether we're going far away or we're staying home. Lord, I pray that you will allow us not just to be another class that's graduating, but to be difference makers in the world that we're about to enter. I pray that you keep your hedge of protection around us tonight. We love you and praise you, and in your name we pray. Amen.
Hi, my name is Spencer Turk, and I'm the class president of the class of 2014. I have a speech prepared, but first, I'd like to get a selfie. Abraham Lincoln once stated, 407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. Well, my fellow graduates, we can almost say the same of ourselves, except it would be more like 18 years ago, our fathers and mothers brought forth on this continent a new nation, Raider Nation. A nation that is diverse, a nation that is strong, a nation that can leave an impact in any endeavor we choose. 4 of us have committed to join the military. 175, or almost half of us, are planning to further our education by heading off to college. And the rest of us are going to impact the workforce in the weeks to come, if not already. Together, we have earned $1.8 million in scholarships. Together, we have surpassed the halls of what's now the 9th grade academy. We've walked the halls of the new school, and we survived the nightmare of having to wear those stupid ID badges every day. And now, together, we can say that we were a part of the Habersham's largest selfie. Our plans, when we leave this place, are as varied as our personalities and our dreams. But no matter where each of us has been, or where we are going, the next stage of our journeys begins tonight. Rather, our new adventures begin tonight. According to dictionary.com, the definition of adventure is to engage in risky and exciting activity, especially the exploration of unknown territory. Each one of us has our own definition of adventure. Tonight, I would like to share with you a recent adventure of my own. A couple of months ago, my dad and I set a goal to hike the 10 highest mountains in Georgia. We had no idea what that goal would involve or what to expect, but we later discovered that half of those 10 mountains did not even have trails that go all the way to the top. Half of them required us to hike into the unknown, blazing a trail for ourselves. Each hike was different, and each adventure prepared us a little more for the next. When it was time to hike up the 3rd highest peak, Dick's Knob, we thought we were prepared, but we quickly realized that we were not. Our 5-mile hike to the top was tough, but ironically, the hike back down was even worse. We decided to descend along a different route that we thought would surely be easier than our route up. But we got off our intended path just as the sun set and darkness ensued. We were battling our way through thick rhododendron on the side of a steep mountain, in the dark and the cold, exhausted. And I felt like it would never end. We were covering less than 1 mile an hour, and to be in my safe home was all I wanted. When I think back on that night, I imagine that we, the class of 2014, might experience similar feelings during our next stage in life. Though the journey was rough, we finally made it out and never felt so accomplished. As my dad and I reflected on our hike, we talked about how there were moments of distress and exhaustion, as well as moments of excitement and laughter. But we were so glad that we had persevered through the unknown. We could check that peak off our list with more strength, wisdom, and scratches than before. And that is exactly what is next for many of us, unknown territory. Just as my dad and I ventured through the unknown to the tops of the Georgia mountains, we must venture out into the unknowns of life. So as we all embark on our journeys, and as we all take different paths in life, whether that journey takes you to New York City, Arkansas, or right here in Georgia, you will face trials, but you will also face moments of joy and achievement. And you will come out of each trial stronger than ever before. In your future ventures, challenge yourself to remember just a few things. Find your passion and pursue it. Remember that you may have to go off the beaten path. You may have to work incredibly hard, and whether it takes 5 days or 5 years to discover what makes you happy, if you find it, I can almost be positive that you will be successful in the end. Because success does not have to be defined as the amount of money you make, or the kind of house you live in, or even how far from home you venture. Instead, it should be measured in happiness. What makes you happy and what fuels your fire? Find your passion and pursue it. Last, I'd like for you to remember where you came from, because no matter where you end up, you will always be a part of this greater nation. You may be excited, scared, or totally indifferent, but to be blunt, it's here. So class of 2014, let's meet it head on. Thank you.
Good evening, honored guests, administrators, faculty, family, and friends. My name is Brendan Dukes, and I'm the salutatorian for the class of 2014. On behalf of every graduate sitting before me, I would like to welcome everyone to Habersham Central High School for this monumental event. Your attendance means so much for every graduate present today, and it brings me personal joy to see both new and familiar faces gathered together in the stadium tonight. As I began to write this speech, I made the decision not to completely adhere to a generic "this is only the beginning" template. That is, instead of delving into the uncertain future, I would first like to discuss the past, specifically the 4 years that our class has spent together. For most of us, the journey began at the 9th grade academy. Although much of that freshman year is a blur, there are a few things that I remember quite well. That year gave us each an opportunity for personal reinvention and possibilities for new friendships and relationships that would even outlast the modern epidemic known as teenage drama. Most importantly, 9th grade is where we came to know Raider pride, where we put aside the middle school rivalry between the Rebels and the Bobcats and began to metaphorically and literally rise as one. To some of us, it might seem that this unity has been lost over time. And while it is true that our school is not what it was 4 years ago, I believe that we are stronger now than ever before. As a school, we have dealt with turmoil firsthand. We have survived EOCTs, APs, ACTs, and SATs. We have mastered online classes, more or less. We have watched friends move away and new students become friends. We have encountered change, yes, but while it may seem that everything around us has altered, we have remained true to ourselves, unwilling to compromise who we were and who we are. The class of 2014 has tremendous spirit and heart. We were labeled as the good class and the smart group throughout our middle school and high school years. That is an amazing reputation to have, and I would challenge each of us to use that status and allow every day to be, as Dr. Rentz would say, a mighty fine one. As our journey has progressed, we have come to see tonight as the finish line. But we must remember that we have only completed the first leg of the race. Yes, I know I've returned to the cliched, uncertain future tangent, but we must take the next lap while acknowledging and learning from the all-too-certain past. Every graduate sitting before me has the potential to change the world, whether it means finding a cure for cancer, discovering alternative fuel sources, teaching the next generation of students, or simply finding a way to make another person's life better. That said, potential is a two-sided coin. While we can use our skills and talents to benefit society, we can inversely use them for the detriment. How we utilize our potential is up to each and every one of us. Although I cannot accurately predict the future for these men and women before me, I truly believe that it is a bright one. I would lastly like to thank you for the opportunity to speak tonight, and I'm thankful for having had the opportunity to be part of the Raider Nation.
Good evening. Thank everybody for coming. I'm Sebastian Galloway, Poet Laureate of the class of 2014, and I would like to dedicate this class poem to Miss Lexi Clutter. We've been dreaming of this day for 4 long years. For some, it may have been longer, but today is finally here. Whether you're here from hard work or a teacher's good grace, look around and see that we're all at the same place. Be thankful for the people who made this worth it. Friends, administrators, the ISS teacher, and of course, all our fellow seniors. As we close this door, we open a new one. We're all real adults now. Just think of all the fun. The whole world's ahead of us. Just imagine the places you'll go. We'll get to stay in tiny dorm rooms and live off sloppy joes. Don't think of the friends you're leaving. Dream of the ones you'll make. Think of the future we have and all the loans we get to pay. As for all the excitement, there's plenty more to come. So live fast, die young, be wild, and have fun. Thank you.
I'm Matt Green, and I'm the Vice President of the class of 2014, and I'll be reciting the class quote. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. Thank you.
Hello, class of 2014. My name is Emily Farmer, and I'm the valedictorian. Yeah, all right. So, before I start, I have something to ask you all to do. All right, every time I say the words class of 2014, I want everyone to cheer and clap as loudly as possible. Can you guys do that? All right, let's do a test run. All right, congratulations on graduating to the class of 2014. Nice. All right, now this is definitely not a trick to get you to all clap really enthusiastically at the end of my speech by ending it with that line. So that would just be ridiculous. Nah. Alright. So I gotta say though, I'm impressed at the excitement level tonight. It seems that the most school spirit our class will ever show is right now, when we're leaving. Yeah. We are the class, after all, that nearly got banned from pep rallies and for our refusal to stand up and cheer for our athletes in 11th grade. And not that we didn't improve a lot this year, but I have to say, the amount of effort put into senior pranks and senior skip day was just sad. I mean, come on, guys. What happened to the high schoolers we thought we were gonna be as kids? What happened to us? Why aren't we as cool as the kids from, like, High School Musical? After all, we are all in this together. And we are. We made it through 13 years of education to arrive right here, wearing these beautiful caps and gowns, about to walk across this stage and leave high school forever. I could not be more proud to be surrounded by any other group of students. Now, when I was a kid, I was scared of a few things, namely sharks, sloths, and black holes. I'm not even joking. I spent years terrified that the Earth was going to be sucked into a giant black hole and everyone would die. Yeah. Now that I've grown up, I see that there are much more real important things to be scared of. Inequality, oppression, violence, late-night infomercials, the list could go on. But the only thing to do with fear is to fight against it. Don't let our generation be the one that allowed wrongful treatment of any man or woman on this planet. Don't let our generation allow terrible crimes to occur in countries that need our support. Don't allow our generation to allow anyone make impulsive purchases of the product that will change your life while they watch TV at 2 a.m. That's just cruel. Let our generation be the one of change, the one of equality, and the one of kindness. In the words of Ricky Gervais, kindness is magic because it makes you feel good, whether you're the one handing it out or the one receiving it. It's contagious. On a lighter note, I have great expectations for the class of 2014. All right, nice. Wow, I really didn't expect you all to go along with that, so thanks. Yeah. All right. People have evolved a long way from the primordial soup, and we live in the most technologically advanced time in the history of forever. Truly, the future is now. So, because technology is developing at such an exponential rate, I have a few requests for some products in case anyone here decides to be an inventor. First of all, I really feel that society as a whole needs personal hoverboards. And or flying cars, that's fine. They need to be commonplace objects within the next 10 years or so, I think. Alright. Also, it would be pretty cool to see a rise in the availability of jetpacks and personal spacecraft, so I don't know, if you're into that kind of thing, it would be fantastic if you would do the world a huge favor, just develop those pretty soon. It'd be great. No big deal. But no matter what your career choice, never limit yourself based on what other people tell you you can or cannot do. We don't live in an ideal world, but our lives can help make it a better place. But maybe now isn't the time to be thinking about the future. Maybe now is the time to focus on the now and on the parties you are all wishing you were at instead of sitting and listening to me talk. Thank you. Wow, I really feel loved. You don't have to cheer about that. However, you must suffer my speech for a little bit longer in order for me to tell you that whatever you do after the ceremony tonight, please be responsible about it. Under no circumstances should anyone drink and drive because seriously, and it pains me to say this, you only live once. #YOLO. I don't want any of you to get hurt tonight, so please have fun, but be safe. We are so close to graduating, and I wish you all the very best in life. You can all accomplish such great things. Class of 2014, we made it.
Hi everyone, I'm Marie Parker and I'm the Public Relations Officer for the class of 2014.
And I'm Lauren Landers. I am the treasurer of the class of 2014. Richard Wurmbrand once said, if an embryo could think, he would say to himself, here arms grow on me. I do not need them. I cannot even stretch them. Why do they grow? Perhaps they grow for a future stage of my existence in which I will have to work with them. Legs grow, but I have to keep them bent toward my chest. Why do they grow? Probably life in a world large in a large world follows, where I will have to walk. Eyes grow, although I am surrounded by perfect darkness and don't need them. Why do I have eyes? Probably a world with light and colors will follow. So why do arms, legs, and eyes grow on an embryo? It's for what follows. So it is with us here. We grow here in experience, knowledge, and wisdom for what follows. So I say now to the class of 2014 that right here in Habersham County, we have grown in experience, knowledge, and wisdom for what follows. We aren't finished learning, and I don't believe the learning ever truly stops. High school has prepared us for the next stage of our lives. It has shaped us and molded us, and will never be the same.
And it is with the shape and the education that Habersham Central has given us that we have also been given opportunity. As Sidney J. Harris once said, the whole purpose of education is to turn mirrors into windows. Our mirrors have quite simply been who we are, who we have become through high school, and what our path has become. Slowly we have watched as our mirrors have transformed into our windows. And we have looked out of these windows anxiously, especially this past year. Now, class of 2014, as we are in our final moments of high school, we see not only windows but doors. We must not fear to take these next steps through our doors. Much like it has been said, the rewards of the journey far outweigh the risk of leaving the harbor. The journey begins for us tonight. The waters will become rough, and at times we will have our fair share of failures, but I hope that you are all able to focus on the rewards we gained when we stepped through the door. And as we are all waiting here tonight, I would like to leave you with the words of Neil Gaiman. Now go and make interesting mistakes, make amazing mistakes, make glorious and fantastic mistakes. Break rules, leave the world more interesting for your being here. Make good art. Congratulations to us of 2014. We did it!
At this time, we will deliver the diplomas. Christopher Aiden Jones. Tristan Alexander Clark. Jovi Palmabel. Angel Hope Maxwell. Janine Jordan Williamson. Emily Nicole Farmer. Sebastian Allen Galloway. Brendan Ward Dukes. Trevor Anthony Daniel. Nicholas Scott McElree. Danielle Sabala. Kagan Lewis Powell. Sydney Corbin Mulligan. James McCarley Green. Carly Spencer Turk. Lauren Elaine Landers. Julia Marie Parker. Emily Beth Thomas. Cody Charlie Shore. Nicholas Michael Gogan. Carlos Alberto Boriba. Matthew Walden Thornton. Adelaida Isabel Delgado. Alexa Faith Wade. Alexis Maria Demas. Manichan Jade Punksavan. Corey James Whitfield. Damian Richard Bolney. Gunnar Lee Hedden. Samuel David Williams. Hudson Tyler Cantrell. David Alejandro Aguilar.
Congratulations.
Colin Robert Walthour.
Congratulations.
Clave Travis Ferguson.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Sadie Lee Galloway.
Congratulations.
Montana Gray Castleberry.
Congratulations, dear. Congratulations.
Josie Ann Brookshire.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Megan Ann Fain.
Congratulations, Megan. Congratulations.
Warner Harrison Compton.
Congratulations.
Taylor Bradley Jackson.
Congratulations.
Marco Antonio Carrillo Macias.
Congratulations.
Abraham Santiago. Sarah Michelle Free. Danielle Joy Moore. Miriam Guadalupe Herrera Hernandez. Emily Jessica Mayo.
Congratulations.
Trevor Storm Palmer. Glenn Alexander Ingram II. Jonathan Drake Lathan. Joshua Wayne Cantrell. Hayden Nicholas Ratliff. David William Norton. Cruz Antonio Lara. Jacob Jason Teakip. Jessica Ann Fry. Morgan Nicole Fordyce. Veronica Faith Brooks. Rachel Lindsay Blasberg. Tubi Presu. Tanner Orion Allen. Brandon Lance Moore. Andrew Glenn Thomas. Carrie Grace Caruth. Alexandra Almanza Hernandez. Inestila Matias Andres. Natalie Amber Pitts. Gerald Edward Harness. John Trent Moss. Joshua Michael Holcomb. Cameron Isaiah Nicely. Justin Van Smith. Jorge Luis Hernandez. Jeffrey Logan Gosnell. Eric Thomas Arulf. Samantha Noel Palmer. Patricia Wren Kleinschmidt. Harley Gabrielle Gunn. Kristen Hannah Eller. Austin Robert Pierce. Scott Thomas Wyrick. Aaron Blake Sloan. Brandon Michael Stroud. Jessica Corinne Floor. Amy Hernandez. Maribela Juan Matias. Megan Caroline Pickens. George Murray Coker. John Michael Ricketson. Joshua Christopher Wingo. Anthony Lee Masters. Junior Bravo. Jordan Scott Harkins. Jedediah Walker Clark. Eric Scott James. Sarah Elizabeth Palmer. Autumn Nicole Kinney. Consuelo Guillen. Samantha Elias. Austin David Sellers. Sloan Hampton Austin.
Hey, congratulations to you, bro.
Hallie Alexander Russell.
Congratulations.
Bobby Tipikan Radanasai. Mary Elizabeth Fitzgerald.
Congratulations, dear.
Andrea Carrillo Hernandez. Bridget Leanne Taylor.
Bridget,
Chanel Lee
congratulations.
Hernandez Perez.
Congratulations, dear. Congratulations.
Gabriel
congratulations.
Garcia Alvarez.
Jimmy,
Jimmy Alexander English. Joseph Patrick Chastain.
Congratulations.
Ka Ho Mario Lu. Juan Felix Domingo.
Congratulations.
Jordan Vaughn Holcomb. Jason Wayne Newton.
Congratulations, Jimmy.
Eric Lopez.
Eric, congratulations.
Judith Jasenia Pawamba.
You, congratulations.
Nadia Sumrin Khan.
Nadia, congratulations, dear.
Mayra Alvarez Guillen.
Maria, congratulations, dear.
Hope Elaine Hicks.
Congratulations, Hope.
Austin White Smith. Matthew Philip Issei Izuka.
All right, congratulations, all of that.
Miguel Lara. Charles Max Miller. Megan Bliss Allen.
Congratulations.
Daisy Hernandez Balcazar.
Daisy,
Soledad
congratulations.
Martinez.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Amber Marie Payne.
Amber, congratulations.
Francisco Fernando Jose.
Francisco, congratulations.
Jesus Alberto Bravo. Joseph Lee Stover.
Joseph, congratulations.
Justin Cody Forrester.
Justin,
Juan Jose Navarrete. Jonathan Patrick Brock. Jared Samuel Brooks. Emilio Martinez Garcia.
Leo, congratulations.
Carla Ruby Orozco.
Congratulations.
Sumita Capson-John.
Congratulations.
Nadia Rain Griffin.
Nadia, congratulations.
Carmen Yolanda Dowdy.
Congratulations.
Austin Wayne Yearwood.
Awesome, congratulations.
Aaron Riley Kastner.
Aaron, congratulations.
Matthew Scott Atwood.
Matthew,
Blake
congratulations.
Christopher Loggins.
Blake,
Isanelli Yaritza Bedoya.
congratulations.
Mariela Martinez Hernandez.
Congratulations, dude.
Adia Victoria Martin.
Hey, congratulations.
Victoria Morgan Payne.
Victoria, congratulations, dude.
Francisco Ivan Sanchez. Jesus Sanchez.
Congratulations, Tyson.
Jose Francisco Morales Duran.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Justin Sai Singbale.
Congratulations.
Joshua Patrick Anderson. Jonathan Torres Constantino. Justin Cody Smith.
Justin, congratulations.
Eduardo Aguilar Castro.
Congratulations.
Alejandra Holandes Hernandez.
Congratulations, dear.
Ashley Michaela Justice.
Congratulations, dear.
Kelsey Jolynn Green. Carly Elizabeth Doss.
Congratulations.
Ashton Skylar Dollar.
Ashton,
Joshua
congratulations.
Kevin Brock.
Congratulations. Joshua,
Jonathan
congratulations.
Floyd Collins. Blake Henry Slayton.
Blake,
Ainsley
congratulations.
Madison Evans.
Ashton,
Rachel K. Henderson.
congratulations.
Isabel Adela Merrill Quinn.
Miss Bell, congratulations.
Hope Marie Patterson.
Hope, congratulations.
Sandra Gabriela Ramos.
Sandra, congratulations.
Giselle Duarte.
Congratulations.
Candy Ariana Torres. Madison Taylor Diane Whitehair.
Madison, congratulations, dear.
Allison Brooke Vinson.
Allison,
Elizabeth Jane Strait.
congratulations, dear.
James Tyler Edwards.
Congratulations.
Eduardo Armando Perez Nava.
Congratulations.
Alexandra Bell Nunnally.
Congratulations,
Amber Victoria Jones.
Congratulations,
Haley Marie Bragg.
proud of you.
Lauren Mackenzie Cornick.
Lauren,
Kale
congratulations.
Anthony Engel.
Congratulations.
Corey Shane Pearson.
Corey, congratulations, bro.
Blake Michael Gaddis. Bailey Edward Gaddis.
Bailey,
Emilise
congratulations, brother.
Yosira Escobar Zuniga.
Congratulations, dear.
Sydney Lee Haynes.
Sydney, congratulations.
Ashley Danielle Marlowe.
Ashley,
Denisha
congratulations,
Vijay Patel. Emily Brooke Rainey. Sarah E. Rondon. Socorro Martinez Tenoco.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Georgia Lee Webb.
Georgia, congratulations on everything.
Natalie Sarah E. Vigo.
Congratulations.
Elizabeth Ann Steinspring.
Congratulations.
James Colton Welburn.
Congratulations.
Dylan Stewart Berta.
Congratulations.
Kelsey Taylor Nipper. Kirsten Macy Jones. Yaneli Calderon Gonzalez. Marlena Diana Cookson.
Congratulations, dude.
Anselmo Ramos.
Congratulations.
Caleb Young Ivester.
Congratulations, brother.
Noah Alexander Miller. Nicholas Tyler Sarbon.
Nicholas,
Lindsay
congratulations.
Michael Wilston.
Lindsay,
Jasmine Marley Marie Williamson. Julia Elizabeth Brown. Jasmine Kebas Frias.
Jasmine,
Andrea
congratulations.
Marie McConnell. Ashley Melinda Posey. Lene Marie Ramos. Anali Serrano. Hannah Brianne Reeves. Jane Marie Price.
James, congratulations.
Christian Martinez Jimenez.
Congratulations.
Christian Brandon O'Neill Roberts. Michaela Loretta Campbell.
Congratulations, dude.
Valerie Page Brewer.
Valerie, congratulations. dude.
Courtney Blaine Workman.
Courtney, congratulations.
Cheyenne Taya Wolf.
Congratulations, Cheyenne.
Ricardo Cantor Cardenas.
Carlo,
Ramon Alexis Moreno.
Ramon, congratulations.
Bryce Stephen Guerin. Avery Cole Williams. Catherine
Avery,
Denise
congratulations.
Elrod. Ashley
Catherine,
Nicole
congratulations.
Hartley. Dulce Maria Luna. Emily Rose Parham. Megan Lynn Rainey. Brianna Hasmin Rodriguez. Kaylee Dawn Thompson. Amber Diana Weaver.
Congratulations.
Aubrey Louise Van Winkle. Kylie Elizabeth Stevens. Jaime Mendoza.
Congratulations.
Timothy Whitfield Herndon. Rubicela Paramo Nava.
Congratulations.
Kaylee Ray Jameson.
Congratulations, dude.
Kelly Caroline Gleaver. Haley Emery Cook.
glitter handshake.
Andrew Chris Chantapise.
Congratulations.
Ramon Gonzalez.
Congratulations.
Kevin Yi Tong Wong. Austin Lee Adams.
Congratulations.
Mary Elizabeth Elrod. Rachel Lane Harris. Jacinia Lucas.
Congratulations, dude.
Selena Marisol Paramo. Fernando Pawamba.
Congratulations.
Jesse Jacob Merritt.
Congratulations.
Braylon Brandon Thomas.
Congratulations.
Madeline Marie Ward. Ashton Woodring Tuck.
Congratulations, dear. Congratulations.
Emily Lauren Sosby.
Congratulations.
Jacob Lee Butikoffer.
Congratulations.
Dylan Kyle Thomas. Ariana Marie Morgana. Deshana Naquela Howard.
Congratulations, dear.
Brittany Amber Garone.
Congratulations, dear.
Victoria Lachey Coker.
Congratulations, dear.
Andrew Justin Hall.
Andrew, congratulations, brother. Congratulations. Yeah, don't call anymore.
We're waiting on you. Rafael Zavala.
Rafael, congratulations, bro.
Robert Benjamin Chitwood.
Congratulations, Mr. Chitwood.
Austin Douglas Cox.
Mr. Cox, congratulations to you.
Alexa K. Eller. Taya Mackenzie Harris.
Ms. Harris, congratulations
Megan
to you.
Joan Loudermilk.
Ms. Loudermilk,
Medicine
thank you.
Padamo. Evan
Congratulations.
Gregory Davis.
Mr. Davis,
Jerry
congratulations to you.
Thomas William Looney.
Mr. Looney, congratulations to you, bro.
Meryl Danae Tinch.
Ms. Tinch, congratulations to you.
Brian Amaziu Walton.
Ms. Walton, congratulations
Carrie
to you.
Ann Ivory Trotter.
Ms. Trotter,
Kristen
congratulations
Brooke
to you.
Sosby. Christopher Douglas
Congratulations.
Miller. Duncan Brewer
congratulations.
Miller. Dania Aranza Moreno. Emily Austin Horton. Kaylin Rachel Giaquinta. Emily Jordan Church. Robert Norman Wade. Pedro Luis Diaz.
Diaz,
Patrick
congratulations, sir.
Jacob Taylor. Austin James Massey. Amanda Dawn Eller. Mika Faith Hardman.
Harlan, congratulations.
Hope
Proud of you.
Alexandra Long. Maggie Marie Paradis.
Megan, congratulations to you.
Ethan Forrest Hack.
Pat, congratulations.
Jeremy Truman Tilson.
Ms. Wilson, congratulations.
Mariela Martinez Ramirez.
Congratulations, dear.
Brianna Virginia Waldrop.
Brianna, congratulations.
Desiree Dalina Trejo.
Desiree, congratulations, dear.
Brenda Carrillo Sixtos.
Brenda, congratulations to you.
Jacob Christian Usher.
Usher, congratulations to you.
Dre Deansley Wagen.
Congratulations.
Natalie Katrina Marino. Madison Michaela Moore.
Congratulations, dear.
Raina Rochelle Garrett.
Congratulations, dear.
Kaylee Brianna Chambers.
Congratulations, dear.
Andre Rafael Aguinaga.
Congratulations, Uncle.
Nathan Mark Williams.
Congratulations, Mr. Williams.
Michael Anthony Charles.
Congratulations, Mr. Charles.
Austin Blake Miller.
Mr. Miller, congratulations.
Heather Darlene Eller.
Mr. Miller, congratulations.
Amanda Elizabeth Hall.
Amanda,
Naira
congratulations.
Lillet.
Yeah,
Kirsten
congratulations.
Ann Palmer. Ethan Aubrey Knight. Jeffrey Green Cody.
Mr. Cody,
Patricia Lene Tanner. Brooklyn Elizabeth Waldrop. Erica Torres Mora.
Eric,
Selena Saharis. Jackson Philip Gresham. Dennis
Gresham,
Zavala.
congratulations to you, bro.
Macy Nicole Hopper. Megan Leanne Hopper. Bianca Garcia. Cecilia Castro Moreno. Alexander Scott Mason.
Mr. Mason, congratulations.
Matthew Caleb Cleveland.
Mr. Cleveland, congratulations.
Alberto David Mora Duran.
Congratulations.
Brian Adam Morris.
Congratulations.
Savannah Shelby Amick. Caitlin Michelle Hodges.
Ms. Hodges, congratulations to you.
Carmen Blake Masaki.
Carmen, congratulations to you.
Catherine Ring Pitts.
Ms. Pitt, congratulations.
Gilberto Covarrubias.
Gilberto, congratulations.
John Austin Koneski.
Austin, congratulations.
Kelly Marie Sweeney. Denise Gail Wade. Jerica Helen Wiley. Annie Marie Shelton. Hannamel Edwin Carroll.
Carol, congratulations.
David James Kendall Wheat.
Congratulations,
Jeanette Ramos Madrano.
Yep, congratulations to you.
Elizabeth Diane Holsopple.
Elizabeth, congratulations to you.
Noemi Castro Frias.
Yes, congratulations.
Crystal Marie Burrell.
Congratulations.
Alexander Justice Pointer.
Ms. Moore, congratulations.
Luis
sir.
Navarrete Paramo.
Congratulations.
Adam Brian Dyer.
Dyer, congratulations.
Brent Edward Smith.
Mr. Smith,
Tiffany Olivia Feltman.
congratulations, Tiffany.
Marley Kristen Adams. Madison Rain Barclay.
Congratulations.
Dakota Aaron Nix.
Congratulations, man.
Germán Jair Melendez Gonzalez. John Timpnakin Convalet.
John, congratulations.
William Stewart Dyer.
Congratulations.
Kelly Elaine Batson.
Congratulations, Matthew.
Jacqueline Patricia Arriaga.
Jacqueline, congratulations. to you.
Heather Michelle Allen.
Congratulations,
Hampton
dear.
Shaw Nixon.
Nixon,
Darius Alexander Maxwell.
Maxwell, congratulations.
Brittany Sierra Allison. Amanda Brooke Allen.
Congratulations.
Amanda Leah Baxter.
Ms. Baxter, congratulations. dear.
Alondre Orjon.
Good job, man. Congratulations.
Alexander Rodriguez. Leonardo Martinez.
Leonardo, congratulations.
William Casey Davis.
William Casey,
Wesley
congratulations.
Adair Martin. Tristan
Congratulations.
Joshua Dover.
Ms. Dover, congratulations.
Toby
sir.
Safon Finathiva.
Toby, congratulations. brother.
Jose Manuel Vallejo.
Jose, congratulations.
Sean Curtis Umbahan.
John Curtis, congratulations.
Samuel Adam Mutton.
Ms. Button, congratulations. Thank you.
Ryan Shane Bland.
Ms. Bland, congratulations. Bland.
Robert Salone Kelly II.
Congratulations.
Raymond John Wilbanks.
Congratulations.
Chris Tourlac.
Chris,
Luis
congratulations.
Miguel Ramirez Martinez.
Chris, congratulations to you.
Luis Fernando Paramo.
Congratulations.
Matthew Gregory Caudell.
Congratulations, Ms. Caldell.
Miguel Angel Paramo.
Miguel, congratulations.
Nicholas Samuel Wiley.
Wiley,
Nick
congratulations.
Coleman Foster.
Foster,
Pedro
congratulations.
Flores Sanchez.
Pedro,
Peyton
congratulations.
McNiven Bell.
Peyton, congratulations to you, son.
Raleigh
Proud of you.
Grant Holcomb.
Congratulations.
right hand, I hope you have the